Welcome board members, staff, hello. Welcome board members, staff, appellates, and citizens to the November 8th, 2022 Board of Zoning Appeals for the City of Mishawaka. I'll introduce the staff. We have Ken Prince, our Executive Director. Krista Hill, to my right, our Senior Planner. Is Shad Annis, yes, you're over there, hello. He's our Associate Planner. Carrie Myers, our Administrative Planner, to my right. Dave Bent, our Legal Counsel. And Derek Spear, our City Planner. Carrie, would you please call the roll?
Larry Stilson.
Yes, here.
Adam Horsbauer.
Present.
Chris Torty.
Here.
Denise Graves.
Here.
Joel Dendu.
Here.
Thank you very much. The rules are up in front of me and actually on your right and left of me too. So I'll go through those. We'll first hear a presentation by the appellate. For each item, we'll ask those participating in the room to speak first, followed by those participating online. Those who wish to speak in favor of the appeal will then speak next. Those who wish to speak against the appeal, if you're not sure whether you're speaking in favor or against the appeal, and you just have general questions, why don't you come up during the against the appeal? Then we'll accumulate any questions we have, and we'll have a right of rebuttal by the appellate. We do all of our speaking at the podium because the microphone is there and we can do everything for the record. When you do come up, please give your name and address. It can be your business address or your home address. We'll close the public hearing. We'll have a board discussion, then a board vote. The previous minutes for October were distributed to the board members, and were there any corrections or additions to those?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor of approving those minutes say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And those previous minutes pass. Are there any conflict of interest of any items on the agenda tonight with the board members?
No.
Nope?
No.
Okay. Hearing none, that moves us right into the first public hearing, which is Appeal 22-43. An appeal submitted by LaFree Properties, LLC, requesting a sign variance for 3605 Bremen Highway to allow a second freestanding sign for the purpose of Drive and Shine. Hi.
Steve Ruby, Marsh Consulting, 315 West Jefferson Boulevard, South Bend. I'm representing the appellant here. They're requesting an additional sign, freestanding sign. This is a directional sign that sits to the side of their building. This sign is there and needed to help better direct patrons as they exit the car wash to circle back around to the rear entrance of the vacuum facility, as well as an exit point to Elmwood Avenue, which also leads to Meyer Drive. The appellant feels that it's very important that the patrons of his business be directed to the back location for the vacuum center so that they can appropriately use the facilities as needed, as well as get access back to Myers Drive. As we know, on the site here, it's one-way directional traffic to the south, so any patrons leaving would have to exit onto Bremen Highway going south and then have to go into Myers Drive, turn through the parking lot center and so on. By having this sign here that directs them to the exit on Elmwood, it brings them out to the light on Myers Drive and Bremen Highway, thus allowing them to turn north onto Bremen Highway. So they feel it's very, very important to have this sign there. We have worked with the fire department to ensure that there's proper clearance. One of the requests was that they elevate the sign a little bit from what we originally had so that their fire truck apparatus can maneuver and go through those areas. With that, are there any questions?
Questions for Mr. Ruby on this?
No.
Nope, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else in the room or online wishing to speak in favor of Appeal 22-43? Is there anybody in the room wishing to speak against Appeal 22-43 or online? Any additional information or remonstrance letters?
No additional comment.
Okay, then that closes the public hearing. Any discussions among the board members? And I'll take a motion on 22-43.
I move for approval of Appeal 22-43.
Second.
Larry and Joel. Carrie, would you please call for the vote?
Larry Stilson,
Yes.
Adam Gersbauer,
Yes.
Chris Torty,
Yes.
Denise Graves,
yes,
Joel Dendrieu.
Yes.
And Appeal 22-43 has been approved. Brings us to the next item on the agenda, Appeal 22-44, an appeal submitted by the Diocese of Fort Wayne South Bend, Inc., requesting a use variance for 1328 West Dragoon Trail to allow outpatient counseling services. Is there somebody here to present the appeal?
Good evening. My name is Dan Florin. I'm the CEO of Catholic Charities for the Diocese of Fort Wayne South Bend. My address, home address is 16730 Orchard Ridge Court in Granger. The main office of the Diocese of Fort Wayne South Bend is in Fort Wayne. We have a satellite office on the Marion campus in Mishawaka. And we're asking a use variance in what we refer to as the John Paul II Center on the Marion campus. The reason for the use variance would be for Catholic Charities to occupy 5 vacant offices in that facility to provide counseling, predominantly for school-aged children in our diocesan schools. And we need the use variance to be able to provide that counseling. Those counselors currently sit in our main Catholic Charities office on Miami Street in South Bend, and we're in need of extra space, and we felt the move into the John Paul II Center would be advantageous to give us more space at Catholic Charities, but also to provide potential counseling for Marion High School as well.
Excellent. Thank you. Any questions?
Not a bit.
Thank
No.
you. Is there anybody in the room wishing to speak in favor of 22-44? Anybody online? Is there anybody in the room or online that is opposed to 22-44? Okay, hearing none, we'll close the public hearing. And is there any board discussion?
Not for me, nope.
Okay, then I'll entertain a motion 22-44.
I move to approve 22-44.
I will second that.
Adam and Larry. Carrie, would you please call for the vote?
Larry Stilson,
Yes.
Adam Gersbauer,
Yes.
Chris Torty,
Yes?
Denise Graves,
yes,
Joel Dendrieu.
Yes.
And Appeal 22-44 passes unanimously and will move to the council with an approval.
Thank you.
Thank you. Brings us to the next item on the agenda. We have Appeal 22-45, an appeal submitted by Mishawaka Property Investments 2 LLC requesting a developmental variance for 602 North Main Street, northeast corner of Main Street, Mishawaka Avenue. Hi.
Hi, good evening, Greg Sharon, Dan Turner, Associate, 1643 Commerce Drive, South Bend. Here tonight requesting a development variance for property located on the northeast corner of Mishawaka Avenue and Main Street for a variance for 6 inches building setback along both Main and Mishawaka. We were here a month or so, a couple months ago, to get a variance, and the architects made some changes to the building. They put in a canopy structure and some different elements on the building that further pushed the building into the setback that we originally requested. So we're back here requesting a new variance for 6 inches building setback along Main and Mishawaka Avenue. As you can see, there's still plenty of, because of the 10-foot dedicated right-of-way, there's still a clear visual clearance on that intersection, and the building will also be a few inches back from the building to the north. So we feel because of those issues, it's a reasonable request. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Questions for Mr. Sharon?
Am I to understand that the building will be 6 inches back from the sidewalk? Is that what we're looking at?
6-inch along Main Street, it'll be 6 inches back from the sidewalk, but the building, the existing building north of that is on the sidewalk. So it won't be any closer than the existing building to the north.
Okay, all right, so it will be even with the pharmacy building?
Correct. yeah.
Okay,
Maybe a couple inches back from that, but yeah.
okay,
Yep.
all right.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you.
Yep.
Is there anybody else present wishing to speak in favor of Appeal 22-45? Is there anyone online wishing to speak in favor of Appeal 22-45? Is there anybody present or online that is opposed to Appeal 22-45? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing. And if there's no discussions, I will take a motion.
I move that we approve Appeal 22-45.
I second that.
Joel and Adam. Carrie, would you please call for the vote?
Larry Stilson,
Yes,
Adam Gersbauer,
Yes.
Chris Torty,
Yes.
Denise Graves,
yes,
Joel Dendu.
Yes.
And Appeal 22-45 passes unanimously. That's all the items.